عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. This is my message to the Minister of Education. Dear Minister, it's thought you are the savior and the hero. Do you really believe it? I don't know how our political leadership believed you. Before I start, I fear I will be accused of being against modernization. Some people will say those are the enemies of success. I say no. I myself was chosen at the first lecture in our city in Kafr Sheikh 2 years ago in the new system. To be a lecturer, I was chosen by the general supervisor to give lectures to the teachers in my hometown and other towns in our city. So I am not against the new system. I have been using the internet myself for about 20 years, and I used to plan my lessons for myself using modern teaching aids like using the internet, like using PowerPoint, etc. Okay, first of all, I think, dear Minister, you have deceived people pretending you would develop education. Tell us how to do that. How can you develop education? First of all, you're not a teacher. You're not a professor in the field of education, or even an educationalist. You're just an engineer in the field of communication. Dear Minister, what do you know about education? Education has 4 main corners. How are you dealing with them? I'll start by the first corner and tell people how you are dealing with these important corners to make education develop and succeed. The most important corner is the teacher. Dear Minister, what have you done for the teacher? You consider him a criminal. You think he has no right to get a good salary, like the others. He has no right to give private lessons, to support his family. You want him to live in poverty and not to gain respect whether in society or among his students. Give the teacher his right, dear Minister. Give him the suitable salary, and he will stop giving private lessons and find another job. But unfortunately, teachers can do nothing else. This is all they can do, to teach students and prepare the message of prophets. How can you change and develop education without the teacher, dear Minister? The second most important corner is the student. You consider our students and kids experiment or lab rats. You consider them customers. Your tablets can't replace teachers. Your tablets aren't something new. Students use mobiles and the computer efficiently. Your tablets are just teaching aids like boards or notebooks. Teachers can be explained, can be replaced, by tablets. The relation between the teacher and the students and what happens in our classroom is the most important thing, dear Minister. What do you want? Why do you hate teachers? Your aim is not to develop education, dear. It's to get commissions out of these cheap tablets from some Samsung company. You make money, dear. You kill teachers who have the right to live. You will destroy our students' future if they take exams on the tablet. If there are mistakes in their marks, how can they find them? You will help the rich people. You will help the rich to join private universities at the expense of the poor ones. Poor people won't be able to join university. This is not free education. If they are given paper exams, their rights are kept. If not, they have no future. The third corner, dear Minister, is the book. If you replace it with an e-book, there is no difference. People read e-books years ago. Try to tell us how to examine our students without finding information in their books or e-books. Are our students more genius than the others all over the world? Or the postgraduate students, those people who study at university, they have a certain content, they have curriculums. How can you examine our students without having a certain curriculum? The fourth corner is a school. What are the facilities found in most of our schools, dear Minister? Especially the isolated ones, schools found in small towns and villages. You are talking about modern schools in the main cities like Cairo and Alex, and forget all about the other schools in villages and small towns. Are these schools well equipped to apply your so-called new system? What about the old fragile desks found in these schools, the dirty bathrooms, and the empty labs? Where are the school activities? We have been using modern technology in education, dear Minister, for about 20 years before we know about you, dear Minister. You are completing a series of insults and offenses for the Egyptian teacher. All the Egyptian movies, when we saw Naguib al-Rayhani, Adil Imam, blah blah blah, and mass media nowadays are fighting to kill the teacher and to kill education. It's no longer the message of prophets. I'm here talking about the message of the teacher who's to die or to go begging in the streets or work extra time in cafes. That's what you want for the teacher. This job is respected all over the world except in Egypt. As teachers, we advise our kids not to join the Faculty of Education. Do you know what? Not to be teachers. Why do you hate teachers that way? They don't want to give private lessons. Give them their true salaries. Give them half their salaries. You steal them. We have nobody to get our rights. We complain to Allah to revenge our rights. We are deprived of spending some time with our kids like the others because we give private lessons, because our salaries are not enough, dear Minister. Teachers do that to support their families. They are not like crocodiles. They have families and kids and they cannot support them with half salaries. About 80% of the teachers live in small towns and villages. They give too much to their students, but get a little. They want to lead a decent life. What I want to say to you at the end is that you are the wrong person in the wrong place. I'm one of the sad Egyptian teachers talking about what I have inside my chest. I hope I could summarize the state of education in Egypt under this minister and the previous ones, but this one especially is about to destroy education, which is the real investment in the future of our country. If we really want to upgrade Egypt, we have to respect the teacher, to give him his right, whether financially or socially. We have to regain our respect among our students and the society, as the teacher is the real builder of society. He's the person who builds the teacher, the doctor, the officer, the engineer, and the surgeon. If we don't respect him, so we are killing our country. We have no future among the developed country who are interested or which are interested in science, the teacher, and scientific research. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.